the beauty of being single.
People associate singlehood as your identity.
That man, my God,
Yeah,
my everything, my alpha and omega. I always wanted to get married, but I was not ready.
yeah.
I don't even think I like me 3 years ago.
So guys, what if God has called you to singlehood?
You're our, he didn't be my original blessing and you be your original sin.
Yes.
Okay.
Odd. Ooh. Yo. Odd.
I don't feel odd to be around married people when I'm single.
Yes.
You got it.
You're getting it now.
Yeah. I don't feel odd when I'm around married people. I feel like they deposit wisdom in my journey of singlehood.
Yeah.
So in those little conversations, I know what I will accept and what I'll not accept. I will not try alter because someone experiences like, you know. So yeah, I don't feel odd. Yeah.
Okay.
At all. No.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And what did you get?
Sorry, I opened it while she was still talking.
Who will describe
Because we're now on a single team.
Specific. Actually, that's what I was thinking as well. That I'm very specific as well about the kind of men that I open up myself to. Not stars. I'm talking emotionally. People that I lent into as my space with the potential of possibly dating, courtship, getting married. I'm specific in that sense because, like I said, now I know what I want. And I do not want to continuously expose myself to the same kind of men going round and round in circles. You know, which that circle just only pulls me back. It's not a cycle, but it's a cycle in a sense, but emotionally it pulls you back. So I'm specific on that. Yes.
So stronghold.
All right, I think maybe before we go to the last round, we'll do another last round. So you've touched on something very, very important, especially when you're dating, because I found also in my dating days that, you know, you tend to attract the same people. You know, you tend to attract the same kind of men that do like. You attract men that think the same way, that, and you're sitting there just like, but I feel like I've experienced this before, you know, and you just find that you're just attracting the same people. If you guys, you know, experience that in your lives, like where you felt like I keep attracting the same men.
It's so funny that you would actually bring that up. I was talking to a friend of mine, Mufunwa. Something happened a couple of months back. And I decided, okay, let me go and speak to someone because it didn't sit well with me. And the therapist that I was speaking to actually was saying to me that, are you realizing that you are constantly attracted to the same kind of men? And she asked me, is it possibly because you like taking on projects to sort of fix men? And you know, and for me that was, I was like, yo, because you know as Christians, you have this value of, you know what, I'm a child of God, win souls, try and be impactful, you know, all of that. And the thing is, you also try, exactly. And then you try and you bring that into relationship with, which is completely unrealistic. So I think I was too open to that. And through that, I realized that, you know what, I actually need to be more specific and channel myself. And I know sometimes it may maybe limit me in a sense, in terms of fully serving the purpose that God has intended me for, but really, at some point it needs to stop.
So why do women feel like they can change men? Why do we always feel like, no, he's gonna change, I'll change him, I'll take him to church, is it our responsibility?
I think it's because, you know what, God created us as nurturers. We think already that we can take care of things. It's in our nature to take care of a household. So we already have that mentality that taking care is what I can do, I'm good at. And I'm going to try and bring him to God. I'm going to try and change his habits. I'm going to try and change him. And you really cannot change a person.
And for you, Percy?
I just think it's, I don't even know how to put it in English, but I just think it's something that perhaps was embedded in us through our mothers and the society. That you need to be a certain way. You need to change a man because like 1, 2, 3 or whatever it is. But I think there's just a lot of unlearning in societal standards. We need to unlearn and make our basis on what is God saying to you about this person. I feel that we also want to take on projects because we feel that he's the man, but we know deep down inside that he's not. And then we try counterfeit it with, oh, I'm a child of God, I will change it. No, baby girl.
It's not our responsibility to change men. It's God's responsibility. And some people always feel like, no, if I get married to him, he's gonna change. This thing, guys, this is just metal. This does not change a man. If you found a man a certain way, he's going to stay that way unless it's only God. The word of God says that the heart of a man belongs, the heart of a king, in fact, he says the heart of a king belongs to God himself. So it's only God that is able to change the heart of a man, not a woman. So many of young singles feel like, no, I'm going to marry him. No, he's going to change. He's not going to change unless he decides he wants to change. Unless he decides, Lord, I want you to change me. But never, ever go into a relationship thinking it's just going to get worse.
For me, I think for me, it's a bit different from what you guys are saying. I think for me, really, because, so I'm like pro womanhood. I'm a feminist. But I think growing up, I didn't entirely understand what it meant to be a feminist. I misinterpreted a lot. And in my relationships, I would then always want to have that upper hand, be the superior one. So that's why, personally, I took on projects. You know, I had to go through that discovery and realize that, no, actually, this is not even about what society is saying or what you were saying or the nurturing part that God has given us. This is actually more of a personal issue of constantly wanting to be dominant, you know, constantly wanting to be, you know. So I think for me, that was it. Maybe someone else can relate. Yeah.
And plus the Bible, I haven't seen a scripture that says, ladies, you have a role to be project management or project manager.
There was never a scripture. There was never a
I
scripture.
we just need to unlearn societal standards.
You see the self-discovery journey, it's beautiful.
It's amazing, right?
Beautiful. Imagine if I was still hopping into one relationship to another with this mentality. Ooh, poor man, I'm going to marry.
All right, guys, let's do one more round. Pick a word. Are you nervous?
Because these words are just so weird.
You're gonna get Deuteronomy here.
Did not expect
I
them.
want you to think. No, one more round and then. Okay, don't open it. Don't open it. Okay. Okay, let's start that side now. What did you get, Karen?
Okay, wasuka logo. Individual.
Huh? What is it?
Individual.
All right.
I always actually use this word, saying that even in a marriage, in a relationship, you must still remember that you are an individual on an individual journey. Be it in salvation, be it career-wise, it's just you have to learn to link the two. Yeah.
And what does, being single, what does individuality mean to you?
Ooh, now I'm at deep questions. I think individuality is being true to yourself. Remembering that you're walking this walk of life influenced by so many things that are happening around you, and sort of learning how to channel yourself in everything that's happening, and being an individual in everything that happens, and sort of trying to consolidate yourself in everything that's happening, figuring out where you stand on social issues, on salvation, on whatever it is, just being an individual in it and finding yourself as Karen in whatever it is, Okay.
What word did you get, Percy?
Isolated.
Sure. That's hectic.
This is so out of character. This is, Can I change it to sacred space?
No.
These things.
You were the one who saying another round.
Isolated.
No, it's a very difficult
Yeah,
one.
no, like.
Okay, should we give you another one?
Yeah, give me another one. Or maybe you can maybe give a hint.
An idea.
Yeah.
Let me think about it. Isolated.
I think have time alone. It's important to be isolated, to have time alone with God.
Oh, that's why I wanted to
you
change
know-
it to sacred space. Yeah.
So you must isolate. Every time Jesus also isolated himself from the crowd. So learn. No. I'm helping you. I want this one. I'm helping you, so you must.
But wait, why?
But I love what you were where you were going. Please just finish that
Okay,
off.
yes, because Jesus also took time to isolate himself. There was time when he had to be alone and talk to his father, to always align and be in his father's will. So every time when you're crowded and you're always with your partner, you cannot focus and speak to God.
That's right.
So you need to constantly isolate yourself.
Okay. What? You want another word?
Ah,
We're gonna play the last round. Okay.
wow.
What did you get?
Separated. Isolated and separated, are they not hand in hand?
No, but it's two different words. You maybe you've been set apart and separated for a time. Such as this.
That's what I'm thinking about. Separated. Who? Separate.
From everything that is not Christ-like.
While you wait, again you said you're in the waiting winner. While you wait. Okay. One last round.
At least we answered each other's questions.
Thank you.
That's what sisterhood is all about.
There's only left. Oh, we can't open it.
Do you guys want to know what the antonyms for singlehood are? Well, yeah, for singlehood are.
Yeah, you can help us. You are just throwing us. You want to know?
I wasn't thinking about it until you asked.
Ordinary,
What?
general, common, married, double, usual.
It's the first one for me. Ordinary.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's in the unlearning. How society has categorized singlehood is totally.
So if you go read the synonyms for singlehood, you will start to realize how beautiful singlehood is as compared to the antonyms that you find, because you find ordinary, usual. So for me, when I also discovered that, I was like, singlehood is so beautiful. It is such, when Paul says it's a gift, I really think it is a gift, because it's a gift that God gives you, not for anything else but for his kingdom. This is a time where, okay, yes, you were saying you don't pray at the time you want to pray. I do, let me talk for myself. I pray at the time I want to pray. But there are certain things that I'm a bit restricted from doing them as much as I would want to do them, because I have a life, I have someone to consult first. When I'm sitting here, I had to consult Naumagoro to say, can we do this? Do we have the funds for it? Can we feature this in our budget? There are so many consultations that you have to do. So, but for you, if you decide, I want to pursue my destiny, I want to go overseas, I want to do that, you have the freedom to do so, because nobody else is holding you back. So that's the beauty of singlehood. And I feel like also, just to bring another point, is that I feel like most single women are so focused on, I want to get married, that they miss enjoying the gift, the beauty of where they are right now. Because it's really, I enjoyed my days of, I'm not saying I don't enjoy, I enjoy, marriage is amazing. Like, I recommend marriage for everybody. I recommend marriage for everybody. But also, I do recommend singlehood, because there you build yourself. You build values for yourself. Our pastor was talking about values, and how when you have established your own values, it's easier now for you when somebody comes, you ask them, do you tithe?
And if you don't have your values, it's so easy for somebody to come and instill
Exactly.
their incorrect values in you.
You don't have your own.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you just become a clone.
Ish. Not authentic.
Not authentic.
Not individual.
You don't become individual.
Yes.
Exactly. So, all right, you guys, we're doing the last round, right? Okay, we're gonna start with you, Blessing. What word do you have?
Loner.
Okay.
Showers. No, I don't think I'm a loner. I just enjoy my time alone
Yeah.
because I am learning to discover who I am and what I really want. So I don't
Hey, Epilona, you work at the self-discovery. Lietang, what are you guys doing to discover yourselves? Like, what are you?
We are unlearning a lot from childhood trauma to what we were told love is supposed to be, what we perceived, perceive it to, yes, how it was given to us. So we are unlearning a whole lot of things, that behaviors that you find that we are doing, until we got it from childhood trauma, you know.
What
So
the generational cases
I'm breaking them. So, yeah. So you get time alone. I'm not a loner, but I enjoy my time alone.
What word did you get, Percy?
She saw it in the bottom.
No, I didn't, I promise.
Open.
Special.
That's a nice synonym.
Why did I not get that one?
Much better than ordinary. Unordinary.
Where's the bag?
Just give me the bag. Okay. Say something about being special.
Knowing my worth is special. Knowing who I am is special. You know, knowing what I will not receive and what I will receive is special. Knowing that I am an individual in my own right, you know, and
special.
you know, I'm special the way I am. You know, God was particular, and I'm very special. And you know, the person that comes with
Your time alone is also special.
time is also special.
Your time with God is special.
Singlehood is special.
Singlehood is special.
Yeah, just the environment, like just everything is special.
Special for you.
Yeah, literally. This word, I think if you asked me like a few years ago, I'd just be like,
What's special about being single?
yeah, what's special about being single? Oh my gosh, there needs to be a guy because
You must tell me I'm special, actually.
I can't stand myself alone. You know, I don't know my worth. I don't know who I am. Like, so it's this singlehood is it's really special. It's a special season, guys. And
It
like,
is.
You know, sometimes you know you wish you had the wisdom that you have now back then, but I guess it's part of the process. But I really love where I am, and it's this moment is special. This moment as
It
we're
is.
discussing this is so special because it's rare for us to appreciate ourselves on Valentine's Day.
We're gonna get to that. What word did you get?
Secluded. Absolutely. You definitely must be secluded on the standards of this world of singlehood and how you're supposed to walk the journey. Because you know now singles have this thing of situationships. Yes, Bona. So you definitely have to seclude yourself from the standard of this world. So yeah. Seclude yourself, walk your journey in the Lord in singlehood. Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. So you touched on something about Valentine's and whatever. Do you guys date yourselves? Like, do you go out on dates by yourself, not with a friend?
Absolutely. I told you I like blowing my money on me.
So what does dating yourself look like for you guys?
Doing everything that you would love your partner to do.
So what do you guys do? I want to hear. What do you do?
Lunch. I haven't done a solocation where I go alone. I don't know how I feel about that, but I think I want to try it.
It's beautiful. Let me tell you, I did it. Well, I didn't like go away, but I don't know if you remember, Percy, but there was a time I remember I was single and I was still staying in Pretoria, and I was like, I'm going to book myself into a hotel, and I'm going to sleep there. I'm going to go out for dinner. Guys, it was amazing. And everybody thought, no, she's there with a man, and I was not there. I treated myself. I went to Melrose. I think it was Fire and Ice in Melrose. Had dinner there, slept there. The next morning I went shopping because there's a shopping. I went shopping. Like, it was such a treat for myself that I did for myself with my money, you know. And I think everybody I think even for married women, it's something that you must do for yourself. Because remember, you know, we get so overwhelmed with being married and husbands and children and jobs and whatever. You need that time. So I recommend taking yourself out.
Definitely try that.
And I also recommend, if you love flowers, buy a flower.
Oh, that
buy
I
yourself
do.
flowers,
I
like
must plug myself
literally
in that, actually.
every month, because orchids normally last a month to 2 months if you treat it right. Every month or every second month, if the orchid is still alive, I go into Woolies and I buy myself an orchid because I love an orchid. It brightens up my home and it's a beautiful plant. And I love flowers, so I know that, I can buy it myself, even though because sometimes men just it's not about, I don't like those things. So as if I could instill it in myself and I can buy it for myself, I don't need anyone to fill the void. It's like don't let someone fill the void if you can do it yourself. And every Monday I take myself on a date, literally. I go on a date and I eat my favorite food. I go to my favorite restaurant and I just sit there, So yeah, I do a lot of those. Yeah, I love that because I miss so much. I lost, not missed. I lost so much time wanting someone to do that for me when I was still dating and whatever. But now I've actually learned to, feed myself, so that no one is feeding me.
Even if you don't get it in a relationship, when you're finally in it, you can do it
I'm
for
not
yourself.
gonna, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
So yeah.
For you, Karen, what do you do to date yourself?
Me, I've discovered this new thing of massages. I love massages. So once in a while I'll take myself out for a massage, do nails, makeup sprees,
Also, you're a spender,
She's been talking about blowing her money.
And take out myself sometimes for lunch, but I want to explore this, location. Is it the location?
What does it call it?
Location, yes. I wanna try that. I wanna try that, absolutely. It sounds very fun. I think also what is something that I sort of tapped into recently, which I do consider spoiling myself, is planning a little bit better for the future and not waiting for someone to plan with. I think especially because with women, we sort of take the back seats when the man comes, I don't have to worry.
He will have everything.
I'll get this and this.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about investing into a house. I don't have to worry about, because it's something that you probably work on within marriage. So I think right now for me, it is spoiling myself, just making those goals for myself and pushing myself to actually achieve them. Yeah.
I think one of them for me is driving. I enjoy taking drives and buying myself ice cream, listening to music, preparing I have a playlist already. I'm when I date, hey, this one must just know I have the playlist. So I take drives and I buy myself ice cream and just.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
I love that.
That's beautiful. Sure. Okay. Are we done with the words?
Yes.
We're done with the words. Okay. So for you guys, especially the two of you that are in waiting, you're waiting. So when, I don't know if it's Mr. Right, but when he does come, how would you guys know that this is the right one?
I think I've learned to pray, and recently everything that I pray for or pray about, I ask God to give me a clear. Get God, what's that? Make it very clear.
I love that.
Please make it so clear that I don't miss it, because I know myself, I might miss it. So I pray and I ask God for clarity. God, can it be as clear as possible?
Sure. And for you, Percy,
So,
how would you know?
I think I'll know because in the form or the way God communicates with me, and He communicates with me through dreams. So I know that He will literally tell me that this is my man, because in the past, the mistakes or the wrong guys that I've been with, He warned me in a dream. So it's a trait of His. So I know that He will be the one if God confirms it spiritually.
So you would wait for a dream.
Well, yeah, I'll wait for a dream, because that's how God communicates with me. Okay. Yeah.
And for you, Karen?
How would I know he's the one? Sure. I think, I can't remember who it was. They said something about you decide to love someone. Love is a decision that you make. So I think for me, I'll know that he's the one if I instantly decide, irrespective of his flaws, irrespective of that this is the one. Because we tolerate. I don't think I've experienced what it means to actually love, because I was hopping, So I think I will know personally that, okay, this is the one, because I'll feel that love. I will sort of decide internally that, you know what?
Okay. Do you guys believe in love at first sight?
Because I feel like generally it's not easy to love a person.
If you make him the one, you're limiting God's grace to navigate.
Because I've given him that impression that it's okay for him to actually want to invite me to his house.